Hauer, and welcome Hot Hips. Get you out there on that floor last week. I don't think anyone thought that you had that in you. Mark, it was incredible. Where did that come from?
Actually, watching Jake, because he's called Snake Hips, so I had a little YouTube of him. No, seriously, the moves come. It's quite difficult for me to pick up all the steps, so I just thought Samba, it needs to be hips. Yeah. It needs to be as sexy as I can get it. So I worked a lot on just trying to circle the hips, and they seem to like it.
I think everybody seemed to like it. Were you, especially that gentleman, were you spurred on by being in the bottom two? Did that sort of competitiveness think, I'm not taking this, come on?
Yeah, the first 2 days, or 2 or 3 days after it, I was very depressed and very down with myself and beating myself up about it. But then halfway through the week, I thought, you know what, I've got nothing to lose. If I'm in it again this week, I know how it feels. I've just got to go out there and give it my best. So this Saturday, I'm just going to go out there and have fun. And that's what I did. I just went out there, let my hair down and let loose. And
I have to say that when you're waiting on Sunday night show for the results, it was so cruel. The two of you waiting, I could barely watch. I thought, Karen, I thought you were going to burst into tears. It seemed to take forever to say your names. And then the tears came, and I'm not surprised at all. Was it good to just be like, with me? Yes.
I don't know. I don't want to cry on the show. I really don't. And every week I'm like, right, maybe that's over now because the first couple of weeks are gone. But it just, the build-up of it, the pressure, everything just goes to like the maximum it can go to. And then the next step is just tears. I've got to somehow try and get out of it. But yeah, it was an emotional feeling because I knew I was going to continue this dream for another week.
Oh, and I have to say, don't be afraid to be a man who cries. I think everyone loves a man who cries, don't they? I do,
don't lie.
For one. Karen, well done to you. Great choreography in that samba. You looked amazing in that dress as well. Great detailing, the heels, you know, I don't know what that's called, the heel bit. And also the samba rolls. And the only thing the judges said was it could have done with a little bit more bounce. How pleased were you with Mark's work?
I mean, those hips were like a blender gone wild. I didn't know. I mean, and during rehearsals, he was, you know, moving his hips, and then when he got in front of that crowd, he just went for it. And I mean, he was using his knees, and that's why he had so much hip action. So I mean, I have to defend him a little bit there, but I thought he conquered the samba, which was great.
Yeah, and the bounce, you know, the bounce, it was good for me because all week Karen was saying to me, you need a bit more bounce. And we was working hard on that. Okay. So what I had performed compared to like Monday, Tuesday that week was, you know, a massive difference.
I know, talking to Ian, lovely Ian, he says that it takes years to get that roll, the hips and the bounce at the same time. You've got 4 days to do it. Incredible stuff. Karen, your personal best with samba on this show, so woohoo!
Ooh, love that.
And 33, your face when you got a 9, I thought you were going to pass out. A 9? Seriously? Were you partying all night?
Oh my God, seriously, I was in shock, but
we actually did
party all night. Thanks.
Yes, this is because you took everyone to Faces in Essex, didn't you, on Saturday night? I heard it was a very lively little evening.
It was good.
It was amazing.
What time did the club close?
It closed at 3, and I think we left at like 5 past 3.
Yeah, 5 past 5. Fantastic. I heard the girls had a good time. OK, this week, the jive. The jive to Little Shop of Horrors. Little Shop of Horrors. Very excited about this one. How nervous are you to follow on from last week with this jive?
You know what? Every single week I go out there, it's the most nerve-wracking feeling ever, and it never gets better. But then last week was extra nerve-wracking because I was in the dance off the week before, and because I've been there and I know what it feels like, and I don't want to be there again. I think each week from now on is going to be just petrifying.
OK, if there's one thing he needs to remember with this jive on Saturday night, Karen, what is that?
Point your foot.
Oh, yes. Give us a little good toes, pointy toes now. Look. Oh, look, that's it.
I keep doing this.
You do that like a ball. Just point your little toes.
It's hard to kick and point.
I know, it's so difficult. And at that speed, but I think you're going to be brilliant. Love you.
Thank
Lips
you.
Hauer and Hot Hips, Mark Wright. Now, Halloween, of course, is all about dressing up, which means the Strictly